Welcome back to my channel as I continue to give you insight in how I run my micro school and why it has been so successful for my students. In this video, I share how I often connect what we are learning to motivational lessons on self-development. Now, before you leave, be sure to share how you combine teaching, academics, and self-development.
So last week I had to leave early, but you guys did your little projects, right?
Yeah.
And you made, what are these?
Catapult.
It's a catapult, right? Tell me about the process of making that. Was it fun?
Yes.
What did we use it to illustrate? What type of energy?
No, potential energy.
Potential
And kinetic
and kinetic energy, right?
Yes.
And yeah, energy was transferred from this spoon, or the act of bending this down and flipping it over, right? But we mainly did it to kind of show you guys an example of what potential and kinetic energy is. Today is important, or this whole month is important, because the whole month of October we celebrate Dyslexia Awareness Month. Now, not everybody that goes to our school has dyslexia, right?
Yes.
But it is definitely a big part of what we do and why we do it.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking a lot about dyslexia. And even if you don't have it, there is a learning difference that you do have. And so this is also a part of learning how to have empathy for others, right?
Yes.
And learning about what may impact people. Tell me about kinetic energy and potential energy. What is the difference?
Kinetic energy is when something is moving and it's in motion. Potential energy is when something was standing still in a position, just like that. That this catapult is in position. It's ready to be launched.
Awesome. So kinetic energy is energy in motion, and potential energy means that it's stable. It's not moving, right?
Yes.
It has the potential, but right now it's not in motion, correct?
Yes.
So I want to apply that to life, and this goes for everybody. We all have potential.
Yes.
How can we connect potential
Work.
to ourselves? So what do we know about potential energy? It is there, but it's not being utilized yet, correct?
Our brain.
But what about our brain?
We have potential, but it's not being used yet.
Oh, okay. Our brain has potential, but it's not being used yet. In what way? What type of potential do you have?
Potential to do my math, or to read faster.
Oh, awesome. What about you? What potential do you have?
NFL.
You have potential to get to the NFL? Awesome. So what I will say, every human being on this earth is filled with potential.
Yes.
However, if potential just stays dormant inside of us, what is the use? Right, it has no use. So thinking about what you just said, you said, oh, I have potential to do better at reading. I have potential to do better at math. You said I have potential to get to the NFL.
Yeah.
What do you have to activate inside of yourself to make that potential something that is dormant that actually turn into reality?
We have to activate the brain.
We have to activate it. I love it, kid. Okay, and what else for you? What do you have to do to get the potential that is in you into a point where it's in motion or it actually becomes reality? Okay, think harder, work harder, all of those things. That is good, right? I will say for you, Cameron, what are some smaller things you can do along the way to help that to practice, right?
Practice.
To want to do more, to try to make learning intrinsic. That means I'm motivated to learn, right?
Yes.
For you, what are some things along the way that you are going to have to do in order to make the potential that you have to go to the NFL a reality that you're actually playing in the NFL? And I want you to go all the way back. I need for you to be able to connect what will need to happen based on who you are, what you do right now to get to that point of being your best self, that you could actually achieve your dream of going to the NFL?
I'm probably gonna probably graduate college, and so I can so that I know they know I'm
Oh my
gonna
God.
and then
But what do you need to do to get to college?
I need to study smart, and then after college I need to get tuition, and then I need to.
Okay, well, let's stop right there. We're not going to go fast, okay? So you need to study smart. When do you need to study smart?
Today.
Oh, wow, exactly. We need to study smart today. That means that just like you're going to have to get some type of intrinsic motivation that you want to learn all you can learn, right?
Yes.
You also, what about social things? What about socially? What do you think needs to happen for you in a social aspect with other people? Same thing maybe
What
with
do you
you.
mean? What do you mean?
What
by
do
that?
I mean? That's a good
What do you
question.
mean by
Thank
that?
you.
I know what you mean by that.
Oh, go ahead. But is it with just your brother? What about being social in, this can apply to you too. What about being social or having good social skills
Not
in a school setting?
talking back. Is that one a social skill?
That's manners. But
Okay.
how about being able to have disagreements with people
Yes.
without them turning into arguments and fights, right? Being social also means being able to be around a group of people and to be able to be in harmony, right? Not getting mad, not throwing stuff, right? What about our internal selves? Like controlling our emotions,
Not crying.
not crying, right? Because in a social setting, do you think people want to be around someone who just cries for no reason or something that is not a big deal?
No.
No, right? Or do you want to be around someone who's always yelling at you, fussing at you?
No.
No. So there's an aspect of us also being able to control ourselves and control our emotions, right?
Yes.
All right. We're going to be talking more about this, but as you think about this, I want you to really, we're going to come back to potential this entire month. And we can connect the type of potential that I'm talking about to what we've been learning in science with potential energy and kinetic energy. Do you think it's a good idea to move from potential to in motion in our lives?
What is it?
Yes.
I wasn't sure about that because I didn't know what.
Well, remember, kinetic energy is in motion. Potential is just here.
Okay,
so we already said that you have potential inside of you. Yes. You have the potential to do amazing things, right? Yes. I have a potential to do some amazing things, but it's dormant. That means it's just sitting there. I have to activate that potential, right?
Yes.
And put it in motion so that I can achieve all of this greatness that's already inside of me. Yes. And the key is to know what you need to do for yourselves to activate that.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to also study different people. This is someone that we studied already at the beginning of the year, right? Who is this?
Noah Lyles.
Noah Lyles. Do you think Noah Lyles had potential when he was growing up?
Yes.
Was it already activated when he was your age? No, he hadn't reached his greatest self. Yeah. If you remember his story, what other conditions did he suffer with that often put him in the hospital?
Asthma.
He had asthma, right?
Allergies, dyslexia.
Yes, he had
ADD and anxiety and depression.
He had a whole bunch of stuff, right? Yep. That kind of, I don't want to say came against. Let's see, how would I put it? He had a whole bunch of things that made it hard for him to actually reach his potential of being the fastest man on earth.
Yes.
So that means he had to figure out a way to activate that potential so that he wasn't always that little boy that was in the hospital, right?
Yes.
So what are some of the things that you think he did to activate the potential that was already inside of him?
Practice.
He had to practice. What else?
Practice.
Because listen,
He had to study.
He had to study. Yes. What else?
He had to have social skills and with other people.
Yes, because he had to have social skills and work with a lot of people because he runs track.
And
So
he
that
has
means he
everything.
has teammates, right? So if he can't get along with his teammates, do you think he would have ever reached his potential? Probably not, because they wouldn't have wanted to be on his team.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
coaches don't like players who cause trouble on their team.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's one word that I want to end with though. So he practiced, he studied, he got along with his teammates. But what did his work ethic look like?
It looked like
He worked hard. Point blank.
I didn't even know.
Period.
Hard.
He worked hard.
Hard.
Whether it was trying to overcome the impact of dyslexia on his life, he worked
Hard.
whether it was him on the track running all of these fast times, he worked
Hard.
hard. And anything that we want to accomplish in life, anytime we want to pull the potential that is inside of us, outside of us, we have to work hard.
Okay.
With that being said, we're going to get started with our day.
OMG.
All right, so I am on the